A black police officer is now suing for discrimination. It is a hell of a story. Put up the picture full mass. I'm taking you to California. Officer Tyson Crutchfield is suing the Pasadena department after she claims she experienced retaliation and discrimination while on the job. Her father spoke on her behalf at a press conference saying Crutchfield wanted to be an officer, quote, to bridge that gap that exists all over America between police departments and inner city communities. The lawsuit filed by Crutchfield outlined an encounter that happened after the January fatal shooting of Mr. Charles Towns.
All right, let's get this party started, everybody. Let's get it started. Here we go.
Involving deputies from the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. A month later, police reported to a call regarding Towns' 2 children. I need you to follow the story. Towns' 2 children, one of whom was upset over their father's recent death at the hands of law enforcement. According to the reports, one of the colleagues allegedly put one of the son's face near a cactus-like plant. A woman at the scene said to the police, "His father just got killed last week. Please stop."
Listen closely. I got an important point to make. Here we go.
Okay. Body camera footage released by the department in June shows Officer Crutchfield shoving the officer, gently actually, going back and forth with one of the people at the scene. She's trying to de-escalate something she was trained to do. There's more. Crutchfield's attorney said this: Officer Crutchfield fortunately followed statewide police training and intervened to de-escalate the situation. Officer Crutchfield deserved a commendation for her swift and heroic action, avoiding needless violence.
A black woman defending the rights of a black man, whether he was guilty or not, we won't go into that. But the fact of the matter is, it was the black woman giving the protection that the black men in the manosphere do not want to give the black women. She still gave the protection to black men. Yes, she's a police officer, but you think in her position, she could have just sat back and said nothing and just let them beat on them and then kept her job, right? But she didn't do that. So really, quite honestly, if anything, this is a bigger deal than if it was any other passerby. Let's listen more.
A press release from Crutchfield's attorney said, the outlet reported, instead, she was relieved of duty and punished. Our lawsuit is about righting the wrong that Officer Crutchfield has suffered from. Put up a picture again. Many times we see these
very pretty
lawsuits from officers who will say, yes, racism exists, yes, discrimination exists, and they will cite dynamics associated with their administrative job function. This is a little different. We have a black woman who decided to actively stop another officer in the line of duty from engaging in misconduct against a young citizen.
A black man.
I'm sure this is not the first time Officer Crutchfield has engaged in such a manner. Maybe this is the most high-profile case. Maybe it is because somebody caught it on camera and it was exposed. But she was following the law. She was following her training. And this is why I say often, policy.
And it's crickets over there in the manosphere. Oh, that's right. My bad. It doesn't protection for Pookie and Ray Ray, which seems to be either everybody or nobody. It was in effect, correct? So I found that very interesting. Let me keep going here, though. Welcome, You're Triggered.
But when I got pregnant, the boy said it wasn't his baby. Mm-hmm. And he went on and told Mama about the girl he was liking, how she was high yelling, built like a Coca-Cola bottle. Mm-hmm. And what makes you think I'm gonna fool with somebody ugly and black and snappy headed like your daughter? And over her.
Now, when I heard this elder speak about her experience, it broke my heart. And it really hurt me because the same thing that she experienced so long ago, young black women and older black women are experiencing right now.
Yep, and let's get right to it.
Yeah.
Nikki at night.
I'm getting gas.
So as you know, we went over Blueface yesterday, but this is just a quick touch up. This is what I like to see. Two baby mamas, you are not the of one man. You are not the enemy of each other. The problem, you know who the problem is. So yeah, definitely do link up and do have fun things and talk about your new boyfriends and not that old fool who just wants to gain control of you.
We f***ed up, but we got you drunk and we got you cool. And I don't know if you like it. Oh, you hung up on it?
Yeah, I'm over it. Should we ride with
Yeah, you should.
Ride with our man?
Yeah.
This is the best thing that can happen to both ladies. It sounds weird and ironic, but it's the way it is. He can no longer triangulate you two. He can no longer control you two, unless you let him. But for the most part, this is the best situation right here. You both link up. You're both allies. He's the problem. You both know he's the problem. You really, honestly, y'all shouldn't have any smoke for each other, ever. Gold Reflection says, right, he's not supporting them, so they can support each other. Exactly. That's the best thing they can do.
Or get a sprinter. Get a sprinter. We're rich. Get a sprinter.
Right.
We get money.
We get money. Oh, damn. It's 126. What is that? That's how crazy.
So get a sprinter and get the
Jada, look at this number. This one, it's going 130,
130 million.
Oh, you sound like Carlos. Hello.
They're making me dizzy with that. Let me pull up this thing of why. Now, I want to pull up something that I saw. Yeah, here it is. Check this out.
Fuck, try it, bro. Try it. All right, we're gonna play that. Wake up, make up. Last time I checked up, I check up.
That was close, but like you right now, if I was to be honest, you starting to make the roof of my mouth itch like.
Okay, there was another one I was looking for. I was looking for the one where he got in the booth with her. I can't find it. Let me go back over here. Okay, here we go.
Oh, come back. I need him.
Okay.
Welcome, CP Bear.
Should I order a sprinter over there?
I don't know what's going on with that. I think we f***ed up. I'll be the man. This candy nasty.
Adrian, let me have it.
Tell him we too drunk to drive anywhere. Come get us.
Okay, so they're linked up. And get this now.
50 Cent has announced that he will be executive producing the documentary on Diddy. Surviving Diddy. Too much brother love can cost you.
He told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say?
I asked 50 about that. And he said you did the same thing to him. You asked him to take him shopping.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes. What? I'm a nice guy.
It's official. The Surviving Diddy documentary is in the works, and it's being developed by none other than Diddy's longtime nemesis, 50 Cent. 50 just confirmed that his production company wants to make a comprehensive documentary on all the SA and trafficking allegations about Diddy. And apparently, 50 wants to name this project Diddy Do It? But is 50 making this documentary just to troll Diddy over his sexuality like he's done many times in the past? Or is he seriously going to expose all of Diddy's alleged crimes? Let's get into it.
Yeah, that's right. He wants to call it Diddy Do It, but I want to call it Dirty Diddy. You know what I mean? So let's get into Diddy's dirt.
I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping.
That was you.
Diddy is becoming the most hated man in the music industry, and at this point, it would be surprising if he had any supporters left. But when it comes to his fellow celebrities, no one is as personally invested in bringing down Diddy as 50 Cent. As you probably know, Fiddy has been trolling Diddy for years. So when news broke that Diddy settled the lawsuit Cassie filed against him, accusing him of SA, DV, and trafficking, Fiddy immediately inserted himself in this situation and claimed there are many more women out there who Diddy put his hands on. Fiddy wrote on Instagram, he paid that money real quick. Should have done that before the sharks saw the blood in the water. And here they come in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Every woman he put his hand on. Over the past few weeks, a number of people came forward backing Cassie's story, including Diddy's former head of security, Roger Bonds, who revealed that he personally intervened several times when Diddy was beating Cassie.
I was sick of everything that was going on around you. I was sick of having to cover up everything that you did.
Here's a question I have is, I mean, there are a lot of men that wanted to be Diddy and want to be Diddy even now. What percentage of them represent the community? You know, or not necessarily exactly like Diddy, but envy Diddy, want to be in Diddy's life, would have no problem doing what Diddy did. So really, tonight's live stream is really not that much about Diddy, though we will be going through Diddy tape, but it's really about one of the most influential men in the Black community, undoubtedly, Diddy, right? And I think it's clear that he did damage. It's clear that he did damage. So the question is that if he represents the Black men in our community, right? And he does, along with Jeezy, okay, along with Blueface. When you take a let's just call it 41 Shades of Men, and you know, let's simplify that to maybe 10 shades of men, right? You take that slice of what each portion of the community represents a certain person. What percentage of the Black male population are Diddies? What population of the Black male population is Bluefaces? What population are the Black male population are Futures? You see where I'm getting at? All of a sudden, that pie, I mean, how many of, let's add them in, the good guys, how many of the Black male population are Russell Wilsons? How much of the Black male populations are Denzel Washingtons? How much of the populations are of Dr. Dre? How much of the Black male population is Snoop Dogg? How much of the Black male population is, let's say, Jonathan? You see where I'm getting to? You see where I'm going with this? Let me play a little bit more of this. Welcome, Conscious Mind Love, Gold Reflection, Susie Bear. Let's keep it going.
I was sick. Cassie spoke on it. She said, yeah, I jumped on it. I jumped in between it. That wasn't the only time. It was other times. And it was other people.
And then Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard who worked for him during the 90s, said that Diddy was treating his late ex-girlfriend and mother of his 3 kids, Kim Porter, the exact same way, as well as his other ex, Misa Hilton, the mother of his first child, Justin Combs. In fact,
what's weird is that you see all these people coming up, but somehow all these other people, there was something wrong with them and Diddy was fine. Diddy was perfectly fine, but everybody else, there was something wrong with them. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Here we go.
Gene said that Diddy didn't even respect his own mother and used to call her all kinds of names.
There are some men that are out there that'll actually beat up on their own mother. That's how damaged many men are. Let's keep it going.
No Cassie, but I knew somebody who was going through the same thing she was going through, and that was Kim Porter. Way before Kim beat the out of Misa because she thought she was dealing with Eric Sermon, the green-eyed dude. He's known for like that, bro. When he cursed his mother, I said to him, man, if you cuss your mother again, I'm gonna beat the.
Told you. It's like these men have no respect for women, any women, even their own mothers. These men will beat on their own women. That's how low they are. That's how damaged they are. Ain't done yet. I'm not done yet. These are other men. Listen here. I got so many dudes. I am putting up all the dudes, and they're not even, these are not princes either. So it's not like it's Russell Wilson talking about Diddy. We're talking about other men that are questionable themselves, talking how bad Diddy is. What they're saying is that, look, I'm pretty bad, but that nigga bad.
What Puffy done, what Puffy did, and what Puffy do is not a surprise. Everybody know what it is.
Hip hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs has been accused of beating and sexually assaulting his ex-girlfriend and singer Cassie.
I mean, you got to be able to do that type of to a woman and other women, but it's not new. It's not
okay,
like.
So that's supposed to be Suge Knight, but they got some cartoon going. I don't know if that's him or not. I think it's him by voice. But anyway, I'd like to welcome Indiana Mom in the house. Susie Bear's in the house. Golden Reflection. We're going to keep it going. We are going to keep it going because I got a lot of tape. I got a lot of tape. So let's go to the situation with Kimora Lee's house. Here we go.
Child, Kimora Lee is not letting up on Diddy because she just exposed him for unaliving and covering up the murder of her best friend, Erica Kennedy. Now, in case y'all didn't know, Erica worked very closely with Diddy as his fashion designer back in the early 2000s. However, right after she was done working with him, she wrote a tell-all book exposing Diddy's dirty secrets. And after the success of the book, she was found dead at her home, and to this day, nobody knows the cause of her death, despite there being several autopsy reports suggesting a possible homicide. And just like Kim Porter's death, Kimora believes Diddy messed with the investigation so he could cover it up because he had something to do with it. She's now asking for the case to be reopened.
He's just like a bigger than life kind of,
I mean, basically, it sounds like to me, he always was a gangster and he always stayed a gangster. He just got better at covering it up. Well, not a whole lot better, not to anybody who was close to him, but maybe to the rest of the world. So this is what happened when Kimora did this.
Hey, what's up, my guys? How y'all doing this good Sunday? Well, baby, if you are Kimora Lee, is Poppy out here at Hexen? Y'all know if you saw my last video, he got the patron saint, one of the voodoo Haitian priestesses on her back that probably jinxed him because she is the fierce protector of women and children, right? But honestly,
right, this is, by the way, this is Tisa Tells. She tells it all and she gets it out fast. Check her out.
honestly, there have been rumors for a while that Puffy be out here hexing people, and maybe he be out there putting hits. I don't know, but all jokes aside, Kimora Lee Simmons' house literally caught on fire. Now, if you guys don't know, people have been saying that Kimora Lee has been asking questions about Puffy.
You know how hard it is for a house just to start on fire, especially if it's the house of somebody who's moderately or very well-to-do? It's quite a coincidence. I'm not going to say he did it. But I will say this, it's freaking weird.
Specifically related to Kim Porter. Now, what she plans on doing with that or how far she plans on going, I do not know. One thing I do know is she was one of the most vocal people against Puffy. She also was one of Kim Porter's best friends. And the streets were saying that when Kim Porter passed away from pneumonia, right? Kimora Lee was one of the main people saying...
pneumonia, wink.
She wanted the case reopened. Let's not forget that Kim Porter was also a bridesmaid in Kimora Lee's wedding. So was Erica Kennedy. Erica Kennedy was also a bridesmaid. Erica Kennedy got in an argument with Diddy. She wrote a
So if you think that Diddy might have had something to do with Kimora Lee's house going on fire, if you think he had something to do with the demise of all the people around him, put a 1 in the chat. If you think he's perfectly innocent, put a 2 in the chat. If you're kind of like on the fence, put a 3 in the chat. I will wait, but for a second. In fact, let me keep it going because I got plenty more. Plenty more. Here we go. I mean, the thing is that I'm going to keep saying it. I am very, very, very concerned about the black male population and community because, look, if a man who made it out of the hood seemingly, right, is doing all this shit, right, to women and other people, I mean, what percentage of the black male population is really good? Really, quite honestly, and that is my next question. In the chat, what percentage of black men in our population would you say by your own experience or by your own assumption is good? Go ahead and put the percentage amount in the chat. Oh, we're going to break this down. We're going to see what's going on here. Because the thing is that, yeah, we're talking about Diddy right now, but really I'm trying to find out how are we as black men going to bounce back from what seems to be a long list of our, let's say, role models, if you could call them that, turning out to be bad apples. R. Kelly, Diddy, Jeezy's starting to crumble. You know, Indiana Mom breaks it down like this: 0.25469%. Yeah, this is 20%. 80% would do what Diddy did if they had access. Yep. 1% power and money makes them even bigger, a bigger demon. Feisty. Welcome, Feisty. Welcome, Desire. Desiree, I should say. Yeah, quite honestly, a long time ago, we had a guy on the panel. His name was Scott. And he was from the manosphere. And I asked him, so what percentage of black men are good enough for black women to marry? He said 15%. And he was pro black male. So it's not like there ain't no bashing going on here. It's just that, it's messed up when you know that facts are bashing people. That's the bad part. Let me keep going. Here we go.
Book that was partly based on Diddy, and some people say Russell Simmons too, but it was definitely Diddy was in there. Erica Kennedy retweeted that, and when he got with Cassie, she even said, "Oh my God, I feel like the Cassie Diddy situation is just like the same situation in Bling." She did not know Cassie exists, but I think it's fair to say that Diddy treated all women he was with the same way he treated Cassie. I don't think anybody got better treatment. But that's my opinion. Anyway, Erica Kennedy also died under mysterious natural causes. Then cut to...
And the thing is this, it's not like any of these people were really sick. So it seems really weird that these healthy people, and that includes Kim Porter, okay, passed away. I think this guy is a stone cold serial Captain Crunch. You know what I mean? I really do. That's my opinion. I think really he used fame to cover up a really hardcore gangster type lifestyle. That's my opinion. So, okay, so we got through how he beat up on women. we got through how 50 Cent's gonna start a surviving Diddy movie. Shout out to Fiona in the house. Now we're gonna get to how he was assaulting a new accuser. Let's break it down like this. Let's see, where did I put that? We have a new accuser in the mix. All right, this is coming from Impressive. Let me fast forward. Remember to like and subscribe. Oh, let me hit that.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive channel. Diddy finally breaks his silence after another person comes forth and accuses him of SA.
This is new. This is brand new. This is somebody else. I'm making that clear right now because you might have said, oh, I heard about this. This came out last week. No, this shit came out like today, 2 hours ago.
Now, ever
Here we
since
go.
the singer Cassie filed that lawsuit against Diddy, claiming that he SA'd her, trafficked her, and drugged her, and was even aggressive and violent towards her, the floodgates of hell has been opening up on Diddy because several more people have come forth and accused him of similar crimes. In fact, one Jane Doe accused him and the singer Aaron Hall of SAing her and her friend and also strangling her a few days later.
Exactly. Feisty Black Tina. Diddy's chickens are finally coming home to roost. Diddy ain't from the hood. He was spoiled only child, mama's boy. Someone deleted his dad when he was younger. Wow. Man. Okay, here we go.
Now, Aaron Hall did do an interview with Vlad TV, and he admitted that while he was getting his freak off, Diddy was present. So this led people to believe that maybe some of these allegations have truth to it.
I like the fucking public, you feel me?
Yeah.
So niggas can't say nothing about it. Them square ass, them precious cake little.
Yeah.
I like for them niggas to how I like. If you speak to
Yeah.
Jodeci or Puffy or any of them
Yeah.
they been at my house. They all see me. They all know I'm a big.
Yeah.
This was absolutely.
I mean, I don't know. That's pretty freaking ghetto to me right there. But here we go.
Wild, and it definitely didn't age well because now it's confirming a lot of things about Diddy. Cassie did say that Diddy would make her get her freak on with male escorts who had big black D's, and he would watch for entertainment and allegedly join in later on. So you now have Aaron Hall kind of saying the same thing, that Diddy was out here watching him smash other girls, and he was fascinated because Aaron had a big black D. And it's very possible that he might have joined in. And now you have this accuser come forth saying that both Diddy and Aaron Hall.
It's funny how all of these men with these sexual disorders got together and pretty much ravaged the community. Both men and women. Is this the community? Is this the community? Because Aaron Hall had big respect. Diddy had big respect. R. Kelly had big respect. Chris Brown has big respect. I could go on, but if you look at the rap sheets, it ain't cool. It ain't cool at all.
SA'd her. So it all kind of makes the allegations look a little bit more believable. Also, there was another accuser named Joy Dickinson who came.
Shout out to New Diamond. Wow, and another one, Joy Dickinson. She was a ninth. Oh my God! Let me let Expressive break it out.
And said Diddy SA'd her back in 1991. He said that he intentionally drugged her, brought her home, and took advantage of her. So those are 3 accusations. Now the fourth one is another doozy because she is also claiming that Diddy, along with 2 other men, SA'd her. Now, this Jane Doe claims that Diddy
Man, I mean, it's like we thought and it was really bad. We thought, we thought R. Kelly was bad, and we thought Bill Cosby was bad. I think Diddy was them on steroids. To be honest with you, I'll be shocked if he doesn't get any jail time. I would be shocked.
Diddy, along with Harvey Perret, or Pierre, if I'm saying that right, who is the former president of Bad Boy Entertainment Holdings, and another man took advantage of her. This is what was said in the lawsuit on number 6, specifically in 2003, when she was only 17 years old in the 11th.
There we go. What you could almost call the founding fathers or the CEOs, or you could call them the grand masters of hip hop, right? And instead of being respectable men, aside of starting their whole thing with probably D money, right? Drug money. They're out there are wording women. I mean, what are we going to do, black men, to repair our reputation? To think that you would have to be delusional to think that this is not further damaging a very damaged reputation. Okay? But instead of you guys wanting to work on fixing this problem that's on the screen, what do you want to do? You want to further make it worse, right? You want to make it even worse by then attacking the very women that these men attacked. Not specifically, I mean as a group. That's just crazy. Let me keep it going.
Grade, Miss Doe was trafficked and gangbanged by Mr. Combs, Mr. Perret, and the third assailant. In short, when she was just a teenager, Miss Doe met Mr. Pierre and the third assailant in a lounge in the Detroit, Michigan area. While at the lounge, Mr. Perret insisted that he was best friends with Mr. Combs and even called Mr. Combs with Miss Doe. Mr. Combs convinced Miss Doe, who was half his age at the time, to accompany Mr. Pierre and the third assailant on a private jet to come to his studio in New York City. Before
is this what when these men on the manosphere talk about what they can provide for a woman, is this what it is? Is this the deal? Is this the goal? I guess they got her so drunk till she they drugged her up so she'd be submissive. Is this what's up? Let's keep it going.
They left for the private jet. Mr. Pierre smoked crack in a bathroom at the lounge, in which he also essayed Miss Doe by forcing her to give him oral. Mr. Perret, third assailant, and another gentleman then escorted the high schooler to a private jet which flew them from Teterboro, New Jersey. There were SUVs awaiting the group at Teterboro, and the 4 of them were driven to Daddy's House recording studio, a studio famously owned and operated by Mr. Combs and Bad Boy.
Did they remember? I am telling you, there's nothing that can be said. Sean Diddy Combs was one of the most respected black men in our community. Is this the benchmark?
It's very interesting that Diddy calls his recording studio.
See, the thing is this: you guys are like, well, we didn't know. They did know. There were plenty of other men who knew. The question should be asked is, why didn't they put them in check? Why didn't they put them in check and put them in jail? That's a huge question, because remember now, this is all coming out now. They had plenty of evidence back then. There were people in prison right now for what Diddy did back then. Is it bro code, or are you going to say you didn't want to snitch? It doesn't matter. When a man does bad, a person has to decide, do I want to be the enabler? Okay? If that's the fact, if a man does bad, do you want to enable more bad behavior? All you got to do is either cheer them on, okay, do nothing, or tell them that it's bad what they're doing, but you do it in such a way that he doesn't take you seriously. This is real bad. It's not like we're splitting hairs here. What he did was extremely obvious. Miss RV in the house. What he did, that's the thing. What he did was extremely obvious. More obvious than what Bill Cosby did. And Bill Cosby was obvious. It's been, 25 years? In some instances, 30? And we're wondering why the black community is the way it is. Take all the Puffies, okay, all the R. Kellys that are out there, right? Put them together. Then take the Chris Browns, and then mix in some Blueface, and basically that's 2/3 of the freaking black male population. So with that said, you know where I'm going with this? I'm going to the point of saying this. How in the hell can any of you men from the manosphere have a problem with women when we have a huge problem with each other? In the house, Miss RV, Mistress Newbie, and Creative Solutions. New Diamond in the Clouds, Desiree, Feisty, Fiona, Indiana. I'm going to keep this going, but this is an important point. Here we go.
Daddy's house. He loves using the word daddy, doesn't he?
I like when you like this, daddy. Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
No,
I like that. Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. Man, you deserve it, daddy.
Whew. Anyway, child. It also said this in the lawsuit. While at the studio, Mr. Combs and his associates, including Mr. Pierre, implied Miss Doe was with drugs and alcohol. As the night wore on, the 17-year-old Miss Doe became more and more inebriated, eventually to the point that she could not possibly have consented to having sex with anyone, much less someone twice her age. While
Wow. I mean, this is crazy. This is absolutely nuts. Let's keep it going.
at the studio, Miss Doe was gangbanged by Mr. Combs, the third assailant, and Mr. Paret in that order. While Mr. Combs was violating Miss Doe, he complained that he could not get off unless she pinched his nipples as hard as she could. Mr. Combs then watched on as third assailant, who Miss Doe had not even realized had begun to sleep with, had essayed her as she told him to stop. After third assailant was finished, Mr. Paret took his turn at essaying Miss Doe and then violently forced her to give him oral, during which
I think we've heard enough. That's crazy. I mean, this dude was a kingpin, and he I mean, he didn't stop. Dirty Diddy. Dirty Diddy. I mean, this is bad. And you guys want to say, oh, you know, some people want to say, oh, you know, it had to do with, you know, what are they using? You know, mental health and all that kind of stuff. Well, he had the money to get all the help he needed, right? And that's why it's really funny to me when I hear a lot of the arguers go out there and go, oh, yeah, yeah, you don't need mental health. That's for the tree. Oh, yeah. See, and I understand why, because mental health, when you start getting it, the first thing you have to do is look in the mirror and tell the truth. A lot of people can't handle that. A lot of people can't handle that. They can't handle the truth. They really can't. Let's see what happened to Foxy Brown. Let's dive into there real quick. Here we go.
Fox is he's
Oh,
a
let me
baby,
pause
but
this
she
for 1
listens to me,
second.
you know what I mean?
Let me pause that for 1 second. Just in case somebody wants to come up to the panel, I'm going to drop this link. Here we go.
She's tough, you know what I mean?
Foxy Brown joins us this evening. Foxy,
Hi, good evening.
nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. It's that male female, you know what I mean, point of view.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. DJ Torch got Jay-Z up on the screen. Uh-oh. Ah, shit. Oh, no. I'm going to let the tape do the talking.
Assuming you've been over here before, once or twice.
Once or twice, yeah.
You over here, you're going to be performing, you're touring, you're doing headlines and that kind of thing. You're doing Hyde Park, you're doing a show here, I believe.
I'm a big deal.
It appears Foxy Brown recently made some astonishing allegations about Jay-Z that are certain to leave you astounded.
Hey, let me pause it right there. I want to shout out to Oya, Creative, Miss RV, Miss Newbie, Indiana Mom, New Diamond, Desiree, Feisty Black Tina, Fiona, Miss Gold Reflection. This is going to be rough. Another mogul who was greatly revered in the community. This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt.
Jay-Z, known for his immense power and esteemed reputation in the entertainment industry, has often been given a pass for various actions. However, this time, it looks like Foxy Brown is taking a stand and refusing to turn a blind eye to what she allegedly perceives as wrongdoing. Her supposed revelations suggest a bold willingness to confront a man of Jay-Z's stature, raising questions about the boundaries of power and privilege in the realm of the rich and famous. So, what exactly did Foxy say?
That I've been able to overcome adversity and basically come out unscathed, which is
Foxy Brown, actual name Inga Marchand, has confessed that her ticket to rap stardom came at a cost, and it all happened while she was young. There are rumors that she claims Jay-Z, then 27, took her V-card when she was just 15 years old, and that Hova, who...
How many believe her? Put a 1 if you believe Foxy Brown. Put a 2 if you do not. I'll wait. 1 if you believe her, 2 if you do not. If you didn't hear, let me know. I'm going to replay the part again, just so you know what she said.
overcome adversity and basically come out unscathed, which is
Foxy Brown, actual name Inga Marchand, has confessed that her ticket to rap stardom came at a cost, and it all happened while she was young. There are rumors that she claims Jay-Z, then 27, took her V card when she was just 15 years old, and that Hova, who as the story goes, has a horse like you-know-what, funded her shopping trips and pampering at hair and nail salons while she was still in high school, all to get
R. Kelly has got some competition. So, I mean, how much of a pass are we supposed to give? We've obviously given a lot of passes because look how the black community is right now. The question is do you want to cuss me out or do you want to fix the community? Because you do one or the other. Shit, I'll let you do both if you at least fix the community. I mean, this is crazy. I can't find anybody in the rap community that has a clean record. I really can't.
get into bed with her.
In the beginning, we'll jump in the van, we'll go to Maryland, we'll go anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
But wait, there's more. Allegedly, Jay-Z, according to Foxy, has a thing for trans people. The claim is that she said she discovered this after one began calling and harassing her shortly after Jay-Z gave her.
Wow. I mean, they all, and it's funny because they all have the same sexual disorder, whatever it is, whatever makes them want both, but in a very, but on the DL, okay. To me, if you're DL, that means you're ashamed. You got issues that you need to fix, but you don't fix it. What you do is you break other people to try to manage your disorder.
The G infection.
I think about what I'm
Wait a minute, I gotta play that back.
Salons while she was still in high school, all to get into bed with her.
In the beginning, we'll jump in the van, we'll go to Maryland, we'll go anywhere.
Story goes, has a horse like you-know-what, funded her shopping trips and pampering at hair and nail salons while she was still in high school, all to get into bed with her.
In the beginning, we'll jump in the van, we'll go to Maryland, we'll go anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
But wait, there's more. Allegedly, Jay-Z, according to Foxy, has a thing for trans people. The claim is that she said she discovered this after one began calling,
like Diddy,
calling and harassing her shortly after Jay-Z gave her the G infection.
I think about what I'm gonna say. Okay.
And the infected. Oh my gosh. Jeez.
I'm saying I think about what I'm gonna do.
Allegedly, she claimed that during one of her sessions with Jay-Z, there had been a video recording involved. This session was far from private as another high-profile individual was allegedly present. None other than the multi-talented Jamie Foxx, who played the role of Wanda in the iconic sketch comedy show In Living Color.
Wow. Jamie?
All to get into bed with her.
In the beginning, we'll jump in the van, we'll go to Maryland, we'll go anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
But wait, there's more. Allegedly, Jay-Z, according to Foxy, has a thing for trans people. The claim is that she said she discovered this after one began calling and harassing her shortly after Jay-Z.
Desiree says, good night, all. Got to run to a high power podcast Zoom meeting. Keep speaking the truth and power. Thank you, Desiree. You have a good night. Thanks you for coming through.
He gave her the G infection.
I think about what I'm gonna say. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I think about what I'm gonna do.
Allegedly, she claimed that during one of her sessions with Jay-Z, there had been a video recording involved. This session was far from private as another high-profile individual was allegedly present. None other than the multi-talented Jamie Foxx, who played the role of Wanda in the iconic sketch comedy show In Living Color. It appears Foxy's supposed account ventured into even murkier territory when she allegedly disclosed that Jay-Z had compelled her to sign multiple non-disclosure agreements or gag orders related to an intimate encounter that involved all three of them, herself, Jamie Foxx, and Jay-Z.
So I remember when somebody came on to, you know, my channel and was very upset because I was insinuating that Jamie Foxx was part of the party, and you know, with Diddy, right? And that, you know, he had done some stuff too. And then, you know, there was that thing that came out about him you know, doing that, being quite rough. I'm being nice with a woman in a bathroom. Um and basically saying her, right? But you know, people were saying, well, you know, how can you believe that woman and blah 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 blah. But there's patterns that come out. There's patterns of behavior that come out. And my question to those people who question me like that is, what do you do with the patterns? Are you just going to call all of those instances a coincidence? I'll let you be the judge.
She asserted that this encounter was, in fact, a threesome. The sensational twist in this story occurred when, shortly after this incident, the alleged videotape of that supposed particular rendezvous mysteriously disappeared from her home. Foxy Brown firmly believes that Jay-Z had a hand in the disappearance of this tape, raising suspicions about his involvement in the alleged theft. But this is only the tip of the iceberg. Beyond the shocking revelations and claims, there are claims that Foxy Brown divulged another intriguing facet of Jay-Z's life. Supposedly, according to her, there was an enduring consistency in Jay-Z's world that could not be ignored. She allegedly hinted at a connection between Jay-Z and Larry Johnson, suggesting that their relationship may have been more than just casual friendship. The fact that Jay-Z had once shared an apartment with the NBA player, who had a prior association with Rocawear, lent some credence to her insinuations. In her alleged candid recollection of her experiences with Jay-Z, it seems Foxy did not hold back when it came to expressing her sentiments about Jay's wife, Beyonce. Her feelings towards Beyonce were far from sugar-coated, to say the least. Foxy Brown left no room for ambiguity in her candid remarks regarding the global superstar. She allegedly revealed that Bey had also been infected by Jay-Z. Now he is with Beyonce. F that halitosis infected H, she said. If these allegations are accurate, it's truly heart-wrenching. The reason is quite clear. Foxy has suffered as a victim. Not only was she a victim of an infection, but she was also a victim of SA as a kid. R. Kelly was blacklisted by Jay-Z after being accused of child M. How is Jay-Z any different if Foxy's charges are true?
That's my question. So we have some of the most powerful, out of the most powerful black men in the black community, the black male population, right? Jay-Z, right? Diddy, that's literally 2/3 of the whole music industry. Okay. Then we have Chris Brown. Then we have R. Kelly. You see where I'm going with this, and haven't even counted their their co-conspirators or their co-producers or whatever you want to call it to make it sound good to yourself right now. What music is most influential to the black male population? Hip hop. Who are the most influential men in hip hop? Jay-Z, Diddy, R. Kelly, Chris Brown. Who's that dude who's in jail now? Suge Knight, right? Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. Do you see where I'm going with this? It's like, the thing is this. This is not music. The music banging, bops everywhere, whatever they call them these days. But the morals, my God. I mean, Susie Bear breaks it down like this. I don't know. Can we have a I don't know. Can we have a surprising to anyone in Blackistan? They have always been inappropriate. Yeah. And yeah. Predator, yeah. Miss RV bars. Predators of a feather. They do flock together. Man.
Well, if these allegations are anything to go by, then it seems Hav allegedly started grooming Foxy at a really early age. You see, the connection between Jay-Z and Foxy Brown commenced with Foxy's involvement.
Jay-Z was grooming young ladies, right? And Jay-Z is a model of a certain mentality in the Black community. Then how many men were grooming young girls back then that may have had no name? You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? How many of them? And I only bring it up because these same men make many of these women teen mothers. Then turn around and blame the little girl, for having their kid or having a kid from somebody else who was predoing it up. So you see where I'm going with this. Where it's not who's where all these. What's the argument is where are the good black men at? It seems like all the good black men just get called simps. Simps or squares. Let me keep it going.
Involvement in LL Cool J's I Shot Ya remix when she was just around 14 or 15 years old. As Brown ventured further into the music world, she found herself collaborating with numerous prominent artists, but none were as noteworthy as her recurring collaborator and co-writer, Jay-Z.
Let me pause that. Susie Bear says this: there is absolutely no reason in this day and age to be on the DL other than the fact that you are getting off on being deceptive. Bars.
Debut major duet, Ain't No N, was a track featured on the soundtrack for the film The Nutty Professor, released in 1996, although it had been recorded back in 1994. This track began with Jay-Z's self-assured lyrics, which opened with a provocative nod to Foxy Brown. Fox Brown? Yeah, Jay-Z. What? I keep it fresher than the next, bye. No need for you to ever sweat the next B. With speed, I make the best B see the exit indeed. He continued, you got to know you're thoroughly respected by me. You get the keys to the Lexus with no driver. You got your own 96 something to ride and keep your tied up in Versace. That's why. The chorus of the song unfolded into a mesmerizing duet between Foxy Brown and Jay-Z, igniting more curiosity about their relationship. Ain't no N like the one I got. No one can F you better.
So I guess it's safe to say that for some reason, the most notable black men, unfortunately, right now in the black community, they have this certain disorder that makes them like men, makes them like girls, and of course, women too, but that's just another option to them. So if they're the role models or whatever you want to call them, icons, role models, whatever, then how in the world the community going to get better? How is it going to get better if those are the men that we are calling the benchmarks of the community? If they're not the benchmarks of the community, then who is? Kevin Samuels? Anton? Those are benchmarks? Section 8? That's my nickname for him. That's the angry man. What is he a benchmark? And mom, what community? That's a good point. So this is the question. What advantage does what is the added features that a black man can offer to a woman, right? That other cultures can't. It used to be that there was empathy and understanding, but that's clearly not the point anymore. Do you think these other cultures would do as much or more negative stuff to black women than we do? That's a strong debate. I don't. It's not. See, the difference is, I don't think it's to the best interest of other cultures to be like that. It just isn't. I mean, it seems like other cultures tend to be concerned, whether they like you or not, they're more concerned about their own reputation than we are. You know? Welcome, Sugar Love. Sugar Love in the house. King Lucifer in the house. Indiana Mom, Femi from the chat. Susie Bear, Miss RV. I mean, I don't understand. I know I sound kind of like choppy tonight, but I have a lot of mixed feelings tonight. I'm confused and upset because it's like, damn, I have no positive rep out there. I have nobody who's going to positively rep me. Maybe it was funny because there were like dudes out there saying stuff in the manosphere. Oh yeah, this is why nobody likes you. This is why nobody likes you. This was when I was on a panel. This is why the dudes don't like you. It's like, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing because you guys tend to be, you guys are the Diddies. You guys are the Jay-Z's. You guys are the Kanye Wests. You guys are the Chris Browns. I mean, come on, they're your role models. You definitely would roll with them. I'm cool. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go in my square corner, my square boring corner, and chill out there with Denzel. I'll chill out there, with Russell. I'll chill out there with Marquise Brownlee. I'll chill out there with those guys, okay? Y'all can do what you want to do with Jay-Z, Diddy, R. Kelly. Yeah, you guys can just do whatever you want. You can have all that fucking shit. Excuse me for getting a little emotional. Welcome, LW Academy for Hub for Women is in the house. You guys can have that. I'm sorry, you can have it. You want to call me names? That's fine. You know something? I'm used to it because I remember that because when I was growing up in a different community, I was called the N-word all the time. So go for it. I'm used to dysfunctional people calling me bad names. Go for it. You want to do that? Do it. Welcome back, New Diamond. New Diamond breaks it down like this. I got my popcorn and I'm waiting for the Surviving P. Diddy Fluffy Kitty exclusive series. Yep. It has to hit the theaters first, and I will volunteer to seat people. I hear that. I hear that. Miss RV breaks it down like this. All except D.L. Hughley, who ignored his daughter's cries when one of his peers was inappropriate with her. According to him, it was inconvenient for him. Damn shame. Dang, D.L. Hughley too. Damn. Is there anybody? Shit. Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, they do. They actually do. I've heard Kendra G. King Lucifer says this. Let me read it first because it'll sound weird. King Lucifer says, I've never heard any black woman say she was attracted to Russell Wilson. I have, actually. I have. Kendra G, when Kevin Samuels was saying, Russell Wilson's a simp, Kendra G replied, well, I want a simp then. That's what she said. In fact, let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on one second. Because this is important. This is important. Yeah, here we go.
And no husbands, especially no husbands they value. So you talk about Russell Wilson. I don't know many men on this side that respect Russell Wilson, not because he married a woman with a child.
Wait, I need to stop it. Notice how he said, I don't know many men on this side who respect Russell Wilson. That is extremely important. That is extremely important. Notice how he said it like that, on this side. And I'm going to tell you why he said that.
A simp.
Why is he a simp? Why is he a simp?
Because that's an entire program. And here's the thing. How about this? Because the men say he is.
Okay, that's the second time he said the men. So the men are supposed to be the ones, though the reason they call men simps is because they love on women too hard, right? But it's the men judging what other men are simps. Who's the simps? How are men trying to tell women what attracts them? This is very freaking important right now. He said, not many men on this side respect Russell Wilson. What side is that? The hood? What side is that? Gay men? What side are you talking about, bro? Bro, Kevin, kittens, whatever. What side are you talking about? I'm glad I brought this thing up. I need to rewind it. Hold on. Here we go.
And no husbands, especially no husbands they value. So you talk about Russell Wilson. I don't know many men on this side that respect Russell Wilson, not because he married a woman with a child, it's because he's a simp.
Why is he a simp? Why is he a simp?
Because that's an entire program. And here's the thing. How about this? Because the men say he is.
Well, okay, as a female, then I want to simp because if there's a man,
well, then go ahead.
Here it is. Now he's going to spend the remainder of this short part, the remainder trying to convince her not to like a man that's not going to treat her like shit. This is the manosphere in a nutshell right here. This is it. This is it. Literally trying to, it's not that they're mad at black women because they're not mad at black women because they are not good women. They're mad at black women because the good black women they want are attracted to good black men. But you know what? Who Kevin did bring up on the show though, and showed complete respect to? Future. Yep, Mr. For the Streets Future had no problem with bringing a man on there who had been completely irresponsible, and completely irresponsible father. Maybe because birds of a feather. Miss RV, you're so boring, DJ, yet they seem to love the taste of your name in their mouth. That is true. That is true. Welcome, Dante. How you doing tonight?
How you doing, brother? How you doing? Man,
Doing good.
Doing good. Yeah, long time no speak, you know. But I came up here to address that bullshit that he's talking about. Cause calling Russell Wilson a simp because the man says so. That's the equivalent of me saying he's a little sweet around the britches because people say so. See, that's why I know a lot of these dudes that come on here and have these platforms. That's why I know that they talk out the side of their mouth, and he talking about the people. He talking about the men that said that he's a simp. That's in that small sector, that small pee hole sector, what they call the manosphere, and people of their ilk that thinks like that. He's not speaking for majority of the man. He can't speak for majority of the man. You know what I mean? Majority of black man did not call Russell Wilson a simp. Only that small pea brain sector that he rolls around in called the manosphere, and peons that follow him. So talking about cause men said so. Well, if that's the case, by that theory, you should be sweet. A lot of people been calling you sweet since the day you stepped on the scene. That's why I know these dudes, and they'll spin a narrative. They'll spin a narrative. Not spin a narrative, but they'll spin shit to trying to fit their narrative.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to spit out. Yeah, so these dudes is full of it.
I mean, basically, it's like this. This is the only way you can get the truth out of them. If you ask them, look, if you were in a dark neighborhood on a dark street, would you rather be around Russell Wilson's or would you rather be around, let's say, Diddy's? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the only way you'll get the truth out of them. Because let's face it, they're going to be more comfortable they're going to feel a lot safer around a Russell Wilson than they will a Diddy. Though they will. The funny, ironic thing that's weird is they will still respect Diddy more. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why That's why he'll overtalk. That's why they know they full of it. That's why as you see, he'll overtalk you. You know, he'll overtalk you, mute you, or whatever, because they know he ain't genuine. What's coming out of his lying last mouth.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
it is. Let me welcome Sugar Love to the stage. Welcome, Sugar Love.
Hey, my brother. Hey,
How you
young man.
doing?
Hello, mister. How are you?
Wait, let me tell. Dante, I'm gonna turn your mic down just a little bit. Let me see if I can do it here. You have a little. Oh, I can't edit your settings. Your mic is echo. Oh, there we go. Okay, go ahead, Sugar Love.
I'm like, first of all, we already know he's far from a simp. The man plays football.
Right.
It's a lot of aggression in football, but he knows when to cut it off and be a man. And then he plays with Future mentally anyway. Look at all the pictures he take with my son. With me and my son doing, he ain't worrying about no daggone Russell. It's more of a sense for a man to be letting you know, my son, not stepson, not God's son, not my wife's son. The man done took your son right in your face and keeps him in your face. You ain't did nothing. So you can't get no more simp than you, Future.
Y'all are cracking me up today. That is true. It is true. It's true. I mean, the thing is that really, quite honestly, the only reason they call him a simp is because they are unwilling to do what he is willing to do for his woman, which is basically to treat her good. They won't do it.
And they also mad because, as she was noted, he was noted was, oh, the first black man to leave a white woman for a black woman, because it's usually the other way around. So then they got mad at him for that. But he don't care because he stay winning. Like, his Future pockets are not deeper than Russell's.
Right.
So you can't be like, well, look at all my money, because then you're like nothing.
Right.
Here's some real money. But anytime a man take your child in front of your face and just nice and subtle as Russell does it, nice and subtle, but it's very impactful, and you just sit back and talk about him, you don't go, well, I'm going to get my son, or I'm going to see my son, or here's some picture. You don't do nothing. You ain't walking in that man's door. You ain't doing nothing. You are the biggest simp ever. Ain't nobody going to take my son and show the world that when you're the biological father.
Yes,
and they go on. Sorry
go
about
ahead.
that.
No, go ahead, Dante.
No, see, they use this word simp loosely. See, all this little simp talk started. All this little simp started with him taking care of another man's child. Taking care of another man's child do not make you a simp. That's your person. That's your personal. That is your personal. As I say, that's your personal. Shit.
Preference.
Spit it out. Yeah, that's your preference. Yeah, thank you, brother. That's your preference. You know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with nobody. That's your personal preference. You know, it doesn't make you a simp. All thing that is just, you know, you taking on the responsibility of being a father figure for someone else's child does not make you a simp. See that they're using the word simp loosely. You know, yeah.
Let me play a little bit more of this.
And you you want to have and thank you guys. Listen to what she said. She wants to simp. She wants to simp. She wants to simp because a man like Russell Wilson, who put Sierra on a pedestal, pedestalizing a woman is. I said this 3 weeks ago. Show me a culture or a race of competitive people where the women were pedestalized above the men, and show me a competitive civilization. You don't. Men's purpose needs to be pedestalized, not the female. It doesn't mean that this is a problem.
We need to start advocating for men who want to be with men. I understand the impulse, brothers. I do. But our women are not showing us. I don't care what they say. What are the women showing?
So many women in the black community want to be sitting up and no husbands, especially no husbands.
I just had to throw that in.
Pedalize, yeah. Pedalizing no, what? See, that's another little statement. They like to take. He's taking shit out of content with that pedalize. That word pedestalizing, taking that out of content. It's all about respecting your woman.
Right.
That's all it is. Just showing your woman respect. It ain't got nothing to do with praising her and thinking she God or whatever. They taking that word out of content right there. They like to misconstrue a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's pedestalizing. I ain't never seen now one man on the face of the earth pedestalize any woman. They respect a woman, they love a woman, but I don't know about pedestalizing.
Mrs. Newbie says this. Kitten Heels truly hated women. He wants men to be bad bitches.
Yeah.
But even if a man,
wait, Dante, yeah, there we go. Okay, go ahead. Repeat.
Even if a man wanted to put his woman on a pedestal, so what?
That's his option.
That's his woman, and that's whom he loved. That's whom he plans to grow old with. That's people always thinking of the now. They're not thinking of when me and you are sitting back on a rocking chair and it's just us. Now, a lot of women, they start leaving. They get divorced after 20, 30 years. You're going to be by yourself. But they're not setting up, when I get old, this is the person I'm going to be with. So does it hurt you to put them on a pedestal, or does it? Because at the end of the day, all of us going downhill, right? All of us going to go downhill, right? So why not love that person when you can love them? And that could go both ways, and then you have a lot of these men. I'm like, why are you even, it's bad enough that you're hating on women, but why are you hating on good men too? It's like you want it all for yourself. Like you making it so that now a lot of women are confused that we don't even know it was a good man or one of you guys coming to talk to us. So when they say, "Oh, we don't want these good men," that because y'all done messed them up. We don't know who's who anymore, and that's really bad. So it's not like we don't want a good man. Y'all already called them simps. Y'all called them everything in the book. So when y'all appear to us, we don't know if you're red pill or good man. We confused. So we just don't want to be bothered. We're not trying to find F around and find out. But that makes it really bad for good men, because again, the way they are talking, imagine coming to a woman and we don't know which one you is.
I want to show.
They want it all for themselves.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was finished, my brother.
Oh, okay. I want to show everybody somebody who pedestalizes his woman, and it's worked out quite well for him. Here we go.
I just like to say how honored to be here today. This is a prestigious organization, and we're very much supportive of these kinds of organizations, because I think, I believe like Carnegie that, we get the money in order to give it away. So I just take the words of my friend Yoda, who said, everyone has the force in them, everyone. And there's two sides of the force: the dark side, which is selfishness, and the light side, which is compassion. So we all struggle to keep these two things in balance, and hopefully we're able to move it a little bit more toward the bright side. I grew up with 3 sisters. I grew up with 3 kids, 3 girls, and I've learned that you always let the smartest one give the speech. So I'm turning it over to my wife.
I have to say, you did pretty good. That's a lot more words than normal. We are certainly honored to receive this award. It's hard to describe how it feels to stand here knowing where we both come from and the opportunities that we've had. But the fact that Andrew Carnegie himself created a foundation dedicated to the advancement of teaching and that we're being recognized for our work in education is certainly something that means a lot to us and brought us here. As many people know, I grew up the youngest of 6 kids in Chicago. My mom was a single mom. I went to school on the East Coast. I was very fortunate to go to a great school and great schools. And then I've spent my entire career in the world of finance. And George grew up in Modesto, California. He went to school on the West Coast, and he made some movies some of you may have heard of. And
That's really funny because he basically owns Hollywood. He can do a movie anytime he wants to. Okay. He's the author of Star Wars. Basically, Hollywood writes him a check anytime he wants to. I'm bringing this out because, as you could see, he had no problem pedestalizing his woman. Okay. His wife. Right. And it's embarrassing when you hear Kevin. If I was to put Kevin back on, you would be embarrassed. Let me put him back on. You will feel embarrassed. Listen to him.
So you talk about Russell Wilson. I don't know many men on this side that respect Russell Wilson, not because he married a woman with a child, it's because he's a simp.
What?
So Kevin would call billionaire George Lucas a simp. He already called, 200 mil quarterback, Russell Wilson a simp. So why not? He said, let me rock out. I would call George Lucas a simp because he respected his black woman.
Yep. If George Lucas is a simp, then we all simps.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's almost pure lunacy.
And even the way Denzel talks about his wife, he puts her on a pedestal. And
let me I'll bring that up. Go ahead, keep talking.
And what's the other one too? He puts his wife on a pedestal. Oh goodness, the one right. He got the dirtiest mouth in Hollywood with the glasses. There's in so many movies. Help a sister out here. But he was with her. His wife is also an actress.
Oh, let's see. I'm trying to think who you're talking about.
Out of all the names, and he was going, not Samuel
L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson, yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he cusses a lot. Let's listen to Denzel.
And that was just in case they thought that was only interracial. We're showing it's not just interracial. That's why I brought that up. Go ahead, my brother.
Let's watch Denzel simp out, as they call it.
On all the accolades, you guys
are smart. You got your own fan. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I thought you were talking about me being a fan of you.
No. You got fans, literally.
Yeah, we've done this before. You've done this before. What is it about the movie that you think resonates with everyone?
August Wilson wrote a masterpiece. We collected brilliant actors, obviously Viola Davis, but also Stephen Henderson and Russell and Michael T. and Jovan. And I'm just happy to be a small part in bringing August Wilson's genius to the film.
The humility is endearing. A small part. That's a very big.
Well, my part.
Yes.
My part.
You with me?
I'm with you. Yes, I am.
What did you love about it?
The honesty and the depth. Great depth.
How does this work? How do you make this work? We know
Make
what you
what
can do
work?
on the big screen. This beautiful
You married?
marriage. No, I'm divorced and I'm looking for some tips.
Let me pause that for a minute. Mr. DJ Music, welcome. Quita Ward, welcome. Tevin, welcome. Miss RV, welcome.
Okay, it's our faith. It's just our faith. I think it's our faith. It's nothing magic. It's work. Yes. Don't you think?
No, I'm listening. I'm listening. Because I don't know. I got a good woman. That's the first thing. And, just keep working at it. What is it, 30? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you can't even say. You can't even say. It's more than 20 and less than 40.
Did you see the smile he had for her?
Yes. Yep.
He didn't have to say anything. That smile he gave her was priceless. The biggest simp smile ever.
Yep. So another black man simping for his woman. Dang it.
And she works. She's not home being submissive. She bringing in money because she's an actress also.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Welcome, Feisty. Let me read some of these messages real quick. Let me start with this one right here. Miss RV says, yes, it's not shocking that poor couples exist at King. That wasn't the point. But these days, Black women are not down for the struggle of from any race of man. They might as well stick with Black men in that case. Yep. Okay. Quita reminded me, welcome, Quita. He's been here for a long time. Samuel L. Jackson is a person. Tevin is in the house. Yep. Tevin, you're right. George Lucas got him a good looking Black woman, and she is phenomenal. She is extremely smart. I mean, we're talking like she's CEO level type of stuff. She probably runs his business. Let's just put it that way. That's how smart she is. She's been in business finance for a very long time. I think she worked for Chase Bank and some other things. She really brings up that the thing is this is women like her erase, and she erases any reputation you might think Sexy Red gives the Black woman in the community. Because these guys, she's made some Caucasian men a whole lot of mofo money, okay? As a CEO, okay? So they know what Black women are capable of. And there's nothing a Black man can do and say to these other cultures to change that. If anything, the other cultures, and I've seen it happen, they'll look at you like you're crazy. It's like, wait, you talk about your women like that? You must be out your mind. Well, they wouldn't say it like that. They'd say something like, you're crazy. But anyway, let me read off some of this thing. Susie Bear says that King Lucifer rather be in middle class, even lower middle class relationship interracial than be with a gang who makes a lot of money, who is going to bring narcissistic codependent behavior. And there is a point there. I mean, Susie Bear could have simplified this whole thing and just said, how about Diddy? I don't think any, in fact, look who Cassie ended up dating, a lower middle class man who treats her right. Right? Bars, by the way, Susie Bear. Bars, by the way, Susie. Let me hit on Feisty Black Tina, and then I'll let the panel kick into the mix. The Black manosphere will tell you a Black woman with her phenotype would never marry a billionaire. Yep. They lie and they try to discourage Black women from finding men better than them. Bars. Okay, comments from the panel. Go ahead.
And these the same dudes that tell you that a woman education don't matter. But we seeing a perfect example right there on the screen right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Bars.
Sugar Love, what's your thoughts?
I was getting ready to say something just like what my brother said right here, and a lot of these men they tell you it doesn't matter, but then these are the same men who's asking you what you're bringing to the table. And cooking and cleaning is not all. We're going to do that regardless. We're going to eat, and my house is going to be clean. That has nothing to do with you, right? So that's going to be done regardless. So you don't want us to have the education, but you want us. What do you want us to bring to the table?
Exactly. Exactly. That's very true. It is very true. It's like it's really all they want. Really, quite honest. Let's face it. What they want to the table. They don't want anything to the table. They want something for the bed. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. Ever since they came, ever since this space, ever since the manosphere space ever was created, it's all about. It was all about evolving around women, who they can't sleep with, who the woman sleeping with, you know, who they choosing, what black woman can't do this, what black woman did this, all around women. It all boils down to who they can't sleep with. They want to sleep with the same exact women that they complain about. They want to sleep with them type of women. They don't want no good woman. They don't want no educated, wholesome, morally standards and morals. They don't want that type of woman.
Yeah.
Like you said, they can't get them type of women. They can't get the type. They can't get a humble woman. And Kevin Samuels, no, he can't get one either. Kevin Samuels don't want no fit friendly and feminine. He don't want that type of woman. He want him a loose woman he can control. And that's for the rest of them. They don't mind sleeping with loose women. They just want to control them.
But to me, they want the same women that they talk about. Talk about 3 or 4s. That's women they're looking for, because that's what they always promoting. So that must be what you want. Because if you was promoting good women, where they at? Wouldn't that be more in your videos? And so they know these mammies are desperate, and they don't even want them. So I don't even know why they cape for them. So they don't even want you, because you will all be taken if you're so good. And why women this and why women that coming from the mammies. They don't even want you. They want the women that they are talking about. So they get them the women that's in their DMs. They want them quick hit it and quit it, because they ain't worth 2 cents themselves. But they never talk. They never talk about the mammies and how good they are. And they'll probably have them on a show here and there, but you don't see them doing specials with none of them mammies that's cake for them all the time. Where's that? I'll wait. Where's the videos devoting how good they are and what they do and how good they treat their man, or you should be more like them? You don't see them videos. The women they talk about is the women they want.
Right. Quick shout out to Sunday in the house, Miss RV in the house, Indiana Mom in the house, Spicy Black Tina in the house, Mr. DJ Music in the house, Rich is in the house.
And then they call the other men simps, because the women that they talk about, that's 3 or 4s or whatever, don't they go for men with money? So just so they don't get no nice men, they're gonna keep dogging them out and keep calling them simps, because they want them 3 or 4s that they talk about to keep looking at them and make them think that they have money, which they really don't.
Right. Exactly. I mean, think about it. Who do they want to be more? Diddy or Denzel? Most of them will tell you Diddy. And it's not because it's because they like Diddy's lifestyle. We're seeing what it is now. They like that loose lifestyle. Remember when Kevin was trying to talk women into accepting having a cheating man just because he had a lot of money?
Yeah, I remember that. Talking about how a so-called high-value man have their options or whatever, but that ain't nothing but an excuse to go cheat. Because if you don't let the woman that up front before y'all even get married, that hey, I want You know what I'm saying? I want to go and venture off, and I'm really not a one woman man or what have you. That is cheating. I don't give a damn how much money a man think he got. Cheating is cheating. If you being deceitful, you're cheating.
Right.
Forget about that. Because he's a high value man, he told this woman that, well, who you gonna believe? And if it's your child, and if the young lady says that somebody touched her or whatever. I don't know if we ever showed that one, but maybe you could do that another time. But
Wait, who was it again? I'm sorry, say again.
Kevin Samuels.
Oh.
When he was telling the woman, well, this is why I don't deal with women who have children, and he was making it seem like RA was okay, and you're not supposed to believe your daughter, supposed to believe him. You have to find that one.
Wait, let me see if I can find that one.
Yes, please.
Yeah, he tried to say that kids lie, but at a certain age, what kids want to lie? What a 6-year-old want to lie about somebody touching them? What a 5-year-old want to lie about somebody touching them? So that's just some bull crap.
Keep talking, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm looking. I'm digging in the
Yeah,
stats.
that was disgusting. You saw it, right? And to believe all the men that agreed with him. And I'm like, everything that these men do is agreeable, even when it came down to Diddy. Oh, she lied, she did shit. But now, with everybody coming out, you ain't see no apology videos yet. They would never give the woman the benefit of the doubt. And then we have this same man who came in the chat in here, right? And he was going back and forth, but I couldn't give him no more of my energy. And he, oh no, not my kids. When they go to good schools and they in gated community. Okay, so take your daughter out of school. Remember, they don't need education. Remember, they degrees don't mean nothing, right? Shouldn't you be preparing her to be submissive for a man? He did all talking all that crap in the chat, but you contradicted your whole self. You don't want us to have it, but you want your daughters to go to the best schools, get a community, have an education. But I thought it didn't mean nothing. So I guess what man is she supposed to have? Because you're also teaching that that don't mean nothing. So where does that leave your daughter? You got this good life, good job. You got out of wherever you got out of, and you sat in here bragging about it. But you also forget you the same man that called people Pookies and Ray Rays. So who's she supposed to get? Because the high value man don't care about that. So
and that's another word that they take out of context. Because excuse me, black man should be the last people on earth to be calling themselves high value. We have no power in this country. We have no political influence. We have nothing. We have no structure. We really don't have no structure, independent structure of our own. And you know what I'm saying? And anytime another group or race of man can strip you of your resources and freedom, you is not all that high value. You see how all these black celebrities been jailed, Michael Jackson, everybody, you name it, all the way down to P. Diddy, you name it, they've been arrested. So they can't be that much of a high value because they ain't got no power or political influence.
Very true. Spicy Black Tina breaks it down like this. George Lucas' wife chose better. She never involved herself with bandits focused on developing. She focused on developing herself to top level and married a black women can learn a lot from Mrs. Melody Hobson. Absolutely. She didn't shop for she didn't shop for floss. She shopped for soul. And so can you. Let me put it that way. I mean, I think the core thing is really not the race of the person, but the soul of the person. You know, that is the core. Let me go ahead and play Trigger Love's example of what she meant. Here we go right here. Let me make sure I put the volume up. I want to make sure everybody hears this. This is what Sugar Love was talking about right here.
And do I really believe that you're going to come second to my husband? Is my husband going to come first? Or is it we're a package deal? If you're a package deal, that's no deal. I'll be honest, it's a package deal, that's no deal, because let's say you and I were to get married, you got a daughter, right? Let's say we have 2 kids together. And your child is 5. So 10 years from now, your daughter comes home and said, Kevin touched me, looked at me getting out of the shower. What happens next?
The relationship will have to end.
Huh?
That's not something the relationship would end immediately.
Because your daughter said I looked at her getting out of the shower.
Why would that person even be close to the bathroom to see her? That would be the thing. You have to defend your seed. You have to defend your child.
But you also remember you got 2 of my kids. So that means I should never listen to it. That means I should avoid women like you, because off the rip, your desire to defend your child blew up. You got 2 of my kids, and off rip, your protective instinct says fuck everything, including those other 2 kids.
Notice how he didn't put any of the responsibility on himself. This is a scenario, of course, remember, that he brought up, right? This is so important to listen to one more time. I'm going to break it down, and then Sugar Love, feel free to jump in anytime. But this should get people nervous at the very least. Listen again.
To come first, or is it we're a package deal? If you're a package deal, that's no deal. I'll be honest, it's a package deal, that's no deal, because let's say you and I were to get married, you got a daughter, right? Let's say we have 2 kids together, and your child is 5. So 10 years from now, your daughter comes home and said, Kevin touched me, looked at me getting out of the shower. What happens next?
The relationship will have to end.
Huh?
That's not something the relationship would end immediately.
Because your daughter said I looked at her getting out of the shower.
Why would that person even be close to the bathroom to see her?
He is literally arguing with this woman to have access to her daughter. He didn't say it as direct as I did, but that's what he's saying. What he's saying is that, so you want to ruin our family because I'm a pedo.
I think basically he trying to call his daughter. He trying to say that his daughter would be lying. That he's speaking hypothetically. If something like that would have happened, who was she going to believe? Is she going to believe him, or is she going to believe her?
No,
You know,
he never called her a liar. He's basically saying that exactly what my brother here said. He never said, well, you gonna believe her or me. He said, you're willing to ruin me with my other kids. So he said, whether I did it or not, you're gonna ruin with my family over your kid. If he can rewind it and just let it play. So
okay.
then, okay.
Women who actually think about it from the man's side, understanding that my child today is a liability because it costs. So number one, is she well-mannered, well-behaved, smart, taken care of? Does she understand, and do I really believe that you're going to come second to my husband? Is my husband going to come first? Or is it we're a package deal? If you're a package deal, that's no deal. I'll be honest, it's a package deal, that's no deal, because let's say you and I were to get married, you got a daughter, right? Let's say we have 2 kids together, and your child is 5. So 10 years from now, your daughter comes home and said, Kevin touched me, looked at me getting out of the shower. What happens next?
The relationship will have to end.
Huh?
That's not something the relationship would end immediately.
Because your daughter said I looked at her getting out of the shower.
Why would that person need to be close to the bathroom to see her?
Mm-hmm.
That would be the thing you have to defend your child.
Mm-hmm. But you also remember you got 2 of my kids.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I should never listen to it. That means I should avoid women like you, because off the rip, your desire to defend your child blew up. You got 2 of my kids, and off rip, your protective instinct says fuck everything, including those other 2 kids.
Understood.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. No,
you said the relationship would have to end. So what would you tell our 2 children?
That's a tough situation.
No, you said
Let me pause it right there.
Yeah.
Hey, right. You know what?
He never called her a liar. Now you understand what I'm saying? He never said who you going to believe. This one.
Yeah, you know what this bastard talk about? You know what? From my point of view, what this bastard talking about? He want her to put him first before her own goddamn kids.
Right.
And yeah, and here's why him saying that. She cannot believe her daughter over him. She got to put him first before her daughter. No matter what, he want her to put him before her daughter. No, whether he done it or not, she still want her to put him first before her daughter. Now that's some motherfucking sick shit. That's some twisted. Yeah, that's some twisted shit. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna put a new diamond on. Remember to mute your mic if you're not speaking. Getting echo for some reason.
From me?
New diamond, welcome.
Hi.
How you doing tonight, New Diamond? It's you.
Did you say that you was getting an echo from me?
Yeah. Both. Actually, both you and Dante. For some reason.
Let me see.
No. If you're the only one speaking, it's just fine. But when somebody else speaking, just hit the mute button. You're good. I like to hear your point of view.
Oh, well, I just came up because I was listening to what y'all were talking about. I was still in the comment section talking about something else, and so I didn't want to. I wanted to wait till it got back to that point. But as far as Kevin Samuels go, is in the words of Sin, he's just worm food now.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, winter came, and he's like, several winters have come, and he was talking about winter was coming for Black women.
Yeah. He gets wrong, didn't he?
You know, so, but it's amazing to me.
Do it favor. Close one of your tabs. You got a tab open. There's some tabs open. That's why it's echoing.
Oh, let me check on mine. Let me check on mine here.
Okay, is it better?
Yeah.
It's better?
Yeah, it is. It's only echoing one. That's better. That's fine.
Okay. So, you know, and I was going to come up because we were talking about how they perceive, a lot of these men complain about certain type of women, but they choose the same kind of woman. And I remember when I was helping this ninja out, and I didn't know him. I met him at a bar, and I'm very friendly. I'm an entertainer, so I meet people. I'm very friendly. You know, we exchanged numbers because he said he was a rapper, which is usually one of the popular careers of dust buckets. So, so then he calls me and he says he has nowhere to go. And he said he hate asking me, but I felt like, look, I was a nice person. And so he said, so I thought I would just, I hate, but I'm trying to get on my feet. My girl put me out. At that time, I didn't know that his girl was a Becky. So Becky had put him out. Okay. And so, but anyway, he's sleeping on my couch in my apartment, a strange black man that I don't even know. And he's sitting there trying to school me and talk about how black women spend too much on our nails and hair and makeup. But you're eating food out of my refrigerator that you ain't paid for. You're sleeping on my couch because your snow bunny put you out into the streets, okay? And you sitting there telling me about we spend too much money. No, I spend what I have. I spend what you don't. And so the delusion to sit here and tell me about me wasting money and you have no money to waste is a contradiction, I think. And it's quite dusty.
I agree.
I think that's you because you still echoing and I was on mute.
I think it's me. Wait, let me try something. Okay,
So
everybody mute 1 second. Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. And as far as this winter is coming, these Negroes should be the last people to even talk about winter is coming for black women, because we as black men suffer from high incarceration, high homelessness. Nobody talking about the high homeless rate that's springing all across the country of the United States. Nobody want to bring up them data and statistics about that. Nobody want to bring up. But none of them niggas want to bring up how black man is a high rate of suicide. It's skyrocketed over 20 years now. None of these Negroes want to talk about the mental illness that black men suffer. I'm talking about from schizophrenia and bipolar. We suffer from it. It's a high rate amongst black men in the community. But these niggas rolls want to talk about what winter is coming for who. Nah, brother. Nah.
Very good point. Very good point. I got queued up a nice little clip. This is from Real Talk Bougie. Let's go through it. Let's go through it right now. Here we go.
I can't wait to see it, but he's definitely in his own way. So
Yeah. Okay, well, you take care. Have a great afternoon.
thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Okay, one of my favorite people in the world, Camo on screen. He did a live conversation with Real Talk Bougie. Make sure you like and subscribe, Real Talk Bougie, in reference to Nesto and Sonia. Let's listen and see what they have to say about it and then get some feedback. Here we go.
Camo.
Hey, friend.
Hey, how are you? Thank you for waiting.
I was waiting.
I was
I'm
like,
so
I'm keeping
excited
these
to
to
like
5
talk to
minutes.
you.
I was like, I'm
Yes.
getting 5 minutes here. I'm getting everybody through here. Okay, nice to meet you. Thank you for waiting.
It's nice to meet you too. Like, first of all, I want to say I'm new here and I love your show. It's so good. Like, I'm addicted. It's so good, especially what's going on with this situation. And yes, I did watch the interview, and my anxiety was like through the roof from the clothes from what she was wearing
Oh my God.
to the way that she was answering the questions. And then some of the stuff wasn't in the interview, like about the toys and all, like, because I was waiting, like, when is someone going to talk about these toys that she literally talked about? And in the beginning of these calls, how she, got hooked and all this other stuff, but then lied in our face saying that nothing ever happened between them. So yes, I did get a chance to see the interview, but I do have unpopular opinions about Dre.
Okay.
And it's because why would
Okay, Dre is Nesto's best friend, and they were both in prison together, and they got out at different times, and Dre seems to be what you would call the more logical thinking of the two. Let's listen closely.
What I don't understand is, why is he willing to sacrifice his image to support someone who has done some of the things that Ernesto is being accused of? And even if we was, of course, the CP situation.
Nesto has been accused of doing some pretty heinous shit, some borderline Diddy stuff.
Is horrible. I don't want to really talk much about that here. But if we just talk about the scamming, it's disgusting. The scamming alone, that is disgusting as well. To take someone's, money and their car, give it to your wife. Take someone's money and buy your wife a ring. You took this young lady's car. She doesn't have a vehicle. You go to her with an ambulance. Like, that is disgusting, and it's crazy.
Wait, you took her car and gave it to another woman.
Right.
And her grandmother's driving the car when she's in Dominican Republic doing God knows what, getting a BBL,
and she's
handling
like
business, whatever. And she's young, and that's the one who accused him of sexual servitude. So he was basically, let me draw my banner, but it's been alleged in the narrative that he had that she accused him of sexual servitude. So, i.e., akin to pimping and all of those things. Yeah.
So, although yes, Drake called him out and said, I don't agree with what you're doing to Shirley, but these two have been friends for over 2 decades. And I know that he knew what, Ernesto was doing and what Ernesto was capable of. Because if you remember in the phone call when he said, before you got married, I asked you, was you sure if this is what you wanted to do? And you said yes. So to me, that meant that it wasn't about Shirley, it was about him. And he knew that Ernesto was not fit for this marriage, meaning that he also knew what kind of person he was. He also talked about how, Ernesto had this list of celebrities that he pretty much was targeting like a predator, and Shirley was just the one who, that, fell for it, whatever his game was or whatever. So with all of that, to say that Dre is like, I'm still going to be a ride or die for you, which is still, that also is strange to me, this whole relationship of because to me, I feel like Dre looks up to him. I do. I really do feel like there's something about Ernesto that Dre looks up to. And he's also a part of the manipulation because he's also being manipulated. And
Okay, let me pause it right there. Basically, the situation is that we have Ernesto, we got Diddy, we got R. Kelly, we got Kevin Samuels, we got all these different types of men from the Black community, many of them in leadership situations or normal situations. And it comes down to, okay, so who's a good person? So anyway, let me go back to Ernesto. What are you guys' thoughts on the Ernesto Sonia situation?
I don't even know who was Ernesto. I am so sorry, I'm lost.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too. Me too.
Okay, Ernesto is. Do you guys remember Shirley Strawberry?
Yes.
Do you remember her boyfriend?
Is that the one who's in jail?
Oh, wait, her husband, actually, technically, I guess.
Is that the one in jail?
Yes.
Okay. But I still don't remember him, but I know the story a little bit.
Okay. How about you, New Diamond?
Yes, I know of him, but only because I listen to Chronicle Speaks.
Got it. Okay, let me play a little bit more.
I don't see Dre as a strong character in this situation. I don't, because if I build my image up, especially from someone who, was in prison at some point. So he's a convict, a felon, and he was able to build himself up from that. And to have this friend that's constantly, always in trouble. And now it's this high profile situation. He doesn't take accountability. It's all over the internet. And then, so that means I'm also going to be all over the internet, but I'm going to continue to make these phone calls and I'm going to continue to support him. It's just very strange to me. It's no excuse to say like, oh, well, that's his only friend. That's cool. But Ernesto is not his friend. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's not your friend, Dre. He's not. Because a friend wouldn't want to put you in a situation like this. A friend would say, look, I got myself in this. I need to get myself out of it. This is really big. And I don't want to do this to you. Or at least say, we're not going to do the calls because you're going to be all over the media too. And he doesn't do that. He's just only about himself. What do you think about that?
So I agree. I put you on mute for a second because Portia's going ham.
Okay, wait, hold on one second. Let's go. I'm gonna save Camo because for when we do a Nesto live, because then that way we can set it up so everybody knows who Nesto is and everything. And I want to make sure because she has some really cool things to say. Let me go back over to where are we at here? Where are we at here? Give me 1 second. Here we go. Okay. How's my mic, by the way? Am I still echoing or am I okay out there?
You're okay.
Okay.
You good. You good.
I'll look for the right one. Let's go with this one. Okay.
Hey, what's up, my little tattletales? Yo, come and sit down. Listen, the door's already shut. Diddy is going down, but baby, this time he out here swinging. For some reason, when Cassie sued him, he was on the everybody on mute challenge. Now, here's the gag. Diddy is lashing out at Cassie's lawyer. He said enough is enough. Oh, y'all didn't know? Mr. Wigmore, the man that bought down the big Diddy, the man that got Cassie her college trust funds and generational wealth, has now backed the latest victim. Now, here's the thing. Diddy has denied everything, but baby, he in his mind, right? He is done playing nice. And baby, he coming out swinging. To which I would say, Diddy, you have enough accusations against you. Should you really be this belligerent, this angry? I'm just saying, he might be innocent.
Wait, pause. Let me pause it for a second. New Diamond, you dropping gems again. Go ahead and break it down to us what I just put on the screen here.
So yeah, I saw a documentary on someone's channel, and I've seen it several times, and I've watched it without being on someone's channel, because it's very long. But yeah, there's a documentary where they interviewed a white male pimp and a black male pimps. The white male invested into their girls, and they took only like 30% of what they made, and they made sure they worked inside of a hotel and that they had security, and they gave them bonuses, surprise bonuses, during a special, whenever they wanted to. The black pimps, the black male pimps, on the other hand, who were mostly pimping black women at that time. I'm going back to 79, all that. There was mostly pimping black women. And when they did get a white girl, she wasn't with them too long. She went straight back to her white pimp because the black male pimps would abuse their women, sit around with gold chains on the necklaces, talk, sitting there, abusing their women. The women are going to jail. They're not really bailing them out until they want to. And when they do bail them out, they're like, get back to the streets. not a hotel, not with security, not even with a dog, back to the streets to make his money. So he can sit around with his furs and chains and all that and brag about what he's got. Brag about what he made when he didn't make a thing. He didn't do a thing, but the girls were so programmed that they worship these, like today. Oh yeah, I love taking care of my man. Yes, he's a king. He's a king.
When they pull
it's an interesting documentary, and maybe even you, DJ, one day should just do a little bit of it.
I might have to take a look at it. What's the name of the documentary?
Well, I'm gonna have to. I have to find it again and what channel it's on, and then I have to get it to you. So,
sounds good.
Yeah, it's a long docker. I mean, it's a long because they went and you got to see the real psychology of Black men, even in the pimp days. And you got to really understand and the Black male worship, because you saw these women who were basically being abused and used, not appreciated, not, just tools, and they had no self-esteem, and it was all about him and his fur coats and his gold chains and what he could get next. The white pimps really cared about their girls, and they made sure that their girls were safe, and they didn't put them in a dangerous situation. They were protectors.
And yeah.
So if Black men can't protect a hoe, if Black men, then how do you expect for them to protect? And these are the ones that's really out there. They giving everything. Because like I said, the white male pimp was only taking 30%. That leaves 70% for them, and he would give them special bonuses on holidays and stuff.
A lot of them too, they have houses where the men, they got what you call the brothels, right? So they don't even want them in the street. Like, you're going to come to even make sure they're protected even more. You come in to them. They're not we do have the low level ones, but most of them, when you making that real money, you coming, they're checking you. They know who you are. They even know your business, just in case you try to do something to them women, and they're coming after you.
Okay, let me play a little bit more of this. Here we go.
Right? I know, right? But I know, and pigs might fly. He might actually be telling the truth about what he's saying. But the way we view him right now, baby, you need to go to Bali with Russell Simmons and get on some fake namaste stuff, because this angry thing ain't working. First of all, let's get into Diddy's denial. This Diddy's denial is directly, in my opinion, directed to Cassie's lawyer. Cassie's lawyer is literally being like, he's sitting there. He said, how do I take your bank account and transfer it to mine, disperse it to the victims, and then, baby, I'll send you photos of the new yacht I bought with your money. Diddy is mad, but here's...
Let me pause. New Diamond, feel free to reply to King Lucifer's comment.
Yeah, he was, this is what they do. It's like, I'm making a point. I didn't sit there and say that either pimping, is good. The documentary was to break down the psychology. This was done a long time ago too. This is an old documentary where a white man was interviewing both white and black women. You know what I'm saying? And it's a like I said, it's a good documentary. He's showing the psychology. None of it was good, and he made that known. But he's showing you, and it's to show you that that there's a difference in the psychology of Caucasian men versus African American or Black men, to be protectors and providers versus not.
Boom. That's I understand where you're. I mean, I agree with you, King, as far as pimping ain't easy. No, I'm just kidding. Pimping ain't good. We know that, but no, it's not. King, what she was talking about was it. Okay, let me try to reiterate what New Diamond was saying. There's a documentary. It's not really an analogy. It's a documentary. And in this documentary, okay, they studied a white pimp and they studied a black pimp. And they studied what these pimps offered their workers, okay? And they compared how they treated their workers and what they did for the workers, what they charged for the workers. And it came out, okay, that the white pimps offered more to their black workers more than the black pimps did to their black workers. And you would have thought, especially back then, it would be a reverse.
I believe she's saying even on a low level.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Even on a low level, as of even pimping, not saying it's good. She never said that. She just saying even on a low level where from even what we see how they treat the whores, they even still treat them better than what a black man does. I believe that's what she's saying. Even on the lowest level,
right?
They still make sure that the women are good. Because remember, the women make a choice too to even do it. But they make, even on the lowest, scummiest level, they still treat them better than what a black man treat a black woman. On the lowest level.
Bars.
Thank you.
It was nice meeting y'all. I'm gonna have to lay it down. So
hey,
come back. It's good seeing you too.
Yes,
good seeing you. You're always welcome here, Dante. Hope you come back soon. Have a good night.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
King, it is the best example. For if I was in that field, I would rather be with a pimp like the white man who is, I know, got my back. He's not going to put me in a dangerous situation than to be with someone who is not. So it may not be the best example of a provider and protector for someone that's a CEO or a corporate black woman or whatever, but for the women who are on that level of work, however they got there, I would rather be protected than not.
Exactly.
I was on mute. Okay, so King says, okay, not the best example for a protector, right? Then he go, so what the video that he just pulled up, to our knowledge, we can call him what he want, but to our knowledge, he's not a pimp. So if you got the lowest scum treating a woman better, he ain't even a pimp. And look what he just told that woman to do with her daughter.
Bars. Exactly, Sugar Love. I mean, he's literally saying that Kevin is literally telling this woman that he wants him. I mean, really, I'm not saying, I can't really speak for him exactly, but let's just put it this way. He wants her to look a blind eye. He wants her, if he wants to mess around with her daughter, she should be fine with it because it keeps the family together. That's basically the message I was getting.
Because he comes first. He is her now husband, and now he comes first. So it doesn't even matter. Who cares about your daughter? Like, so if I'm with you, even if your daughter say that, it's like, I don't care. She's not my child. If I look to her, so what? I'm your man. Now, I don't know how they was able to even finish that conversation because he would have been under the jail. Right? Like Ninja, the family would be broken up because you would be under the jail if you make it there. Because at one point she was like, I'm confused. But again, I didn't. This was out a while. So, once you play more, maybe she'll fix what she's going to say. I had forgot about the whole video. I just remembered that disgusting thing that he said. And it's not what he say, it's what the comments are under it. A lot of men are sick, as we see. It's coming all out now. These men are sick.
Yeah, let me clear this up. Yeah, King, we know that you are not a Kevin Samuels fan. We are not saying that you are supporting what he does. Not in the least bit. I'll just leave it like that. That I do know. I guess what Sugar Love was explaining is he wanted me to bring up the Kevin Samuels example to show you how Kevin Samuels is championing for men to literally treat women and their little girls extremely so poor that it's below the level of even a Caucasian pimp. Welcome, Henry Mars is in the house. Henry Mars, good seeing you. So that's pretty. I mean, that's pretty much the whole scoop. So, any last words? Any last thoughts for tonight?
She said, "Pass sick." Oh, well, I mean,
pass sick. Yeah,
pass sick. This just, I'm like, it's beyond grooming. And then you want to talk about the 304 so much. And nobody never says what if they was groomed too? A lot of them were groomed too. So you groom them to be this way. And now you want to talk about them because you still want them.
Right. Exactly. You, Diamond, how about you? What do you give your last thoughts for this evening?
Well, I love your show, but I can tell you in my personal life, I don't even argue with them. I don't, it's like talking to a brick wall, and you can say stuff that's factual and it's total delusion. It's like, it's just, it's always going to be, if I say something, well, y'all do this, it's just a back and forth, you know what I'm saying? And even with it being obvious and being, you can take the statistics, and you can just look at our climate, look at the Black culture, look at the condition, and you're sitting here telling me that what I'm saying is a delusion. No, you're delusional. And so I just, I don't waste my time. Even when they get mad and say, oh, you just mad because a Black man don't want you. Well, I can't tell that, because
I want the whole list of why you don't want me. So I can do everything on that list.
Exactly. For real. I try to be I try to be whatever you don't want.
Exactly. Give me the whole list.
I try to be. You say you don't like makeup? Well, I have a face full of makeup. You know what I'm saying? And that is a lie. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, I can't go nowhere in LA without some dust bucket trying to talk to me. And I got lipstick, face foundation, eyeshadow. I got everything. My nails are done. I am a walking fucking, what they say, I'm a walking makeup tank, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they come sit beside me on the train. Like, who? What? And I like part
what they say where the cat. Well, I had a man and I got a cat. So I take care of y'all. I'll keep the cat. I had one to go. And I looked at the ways of men. I looked at the ways of men. I'll keep the cat.
Exactly. And I'm gonna give this story. I know DJ want to go because so too. I'm gonna say this. Yesterday I was at the Hollywood. I go to a place called Hollywood Burger. I'm talking about food again.
Here we go. Here we go.
Don't let nobody tell you. Don't let nobody tell you that skinny women don't eat. But I was at Hollywood Burger, and they have a little place at the Hollywood Walk of Fame where you can sit and face the stars that people walking by. And I like because when it's nice till it gets cold. But anyway, and that's a spot where it's a lot of the mentally disturbed dust buckets, and walking around. And that's fine. But the fact is that as soon as they see a black woman or a black person, especially a black woman, they have to come up to you. They come up to me, and you got a cigarette? Like, I don't even smoke. What gives you any signal that I smoke? That's another one thing. You didn't even say, do you smoke? You just asked me for, or they come ask us, or they come up and ask for 75 cents. You know what I'm saying? And the other day I was, when this was a real dust bucket. He was so lost, he couldn't tell the street from the sidewalk because he kept going to the street and people honking the car at him. And then he came over to me, get ready to ask me for something, and I just went off. I was on the phone, and I went off, and I was like, if you don't get your effing ass away from me, you know what I'm saying? And then I put him on the camera because, see, you got to be careful because you don't know what they're thinking, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there, and I look like I got a whole lot of money. I'm okay, but and so, and like I said, they see us as targets. They're not going, I ain't gonna say they never will, but they're quicker to approach a black woman than any other woman when they're begging. You know what I'm saying? They see, I try to even have eye contact. I look down, I look away. I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? But it gets, so I have to put on my mean devil guard. I really do, because I have to, because otherwise they won't, when I jump and start cussing, they move further. They go on, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, and I'm just like, okay, like if we're so bad, then why are you always coming to us? Even when you're mentally disturbed, you're gonna come to a black woman and ask us for 75 cents a dollar, what have you. And you don't even have the shame. Even the ones that it's a black guy, he looks fine to me. He's got legs, he's stout. He could get a security job, I know, because they hire black men for security job. But he'd rather stand in LA downtown at the same corner as the tourists walk by and the residents walk by and beg for money.
Yep.
And these are the same. And I've had them approach me talking about, do I have a boyfriend? You got a boyfriend? What? Are you serious? So that's why I pay these ninjas no mind. Their entertainment, and that's it for me. That's it. But I just want to I've lost black women friends because they didn't want to accept the fact about what they're dealing with, so they get mad at me for speaking the truth. And I would send them links to Cynthia G and stuff like that, and they would be okay at first, but then they get mad, and once I saw that happening, I had to back away, because you're going to sit there and tell me that your man's abusive and he does this to you and all stuff like this, but then you don't want to hear the truth about the situation. That's dangerous for me. So if I'm this, if I hate myself, if I hate whatever you want to say, you go on, enjoy your dust bucket. And that's what I leave it at.
All right. All right, everybody. I got to kick the beat.
And thank you so much. Hold on. Thank you so much for having us up here, DJ George.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, look.
Now you can be.
Don't be strange.
That's my second home.
Dante. Everyone, thank you. Here we go. I'm going to kick the beat. the house. Susie Bear.
I cannot say
Miss
what's
RV.
wrong or right.
King Lucifer.
It's not hard to fool me.
Ward.
'Cause I'm addicted to the good life.
The Animal.
Lead the way. I follow. No need to say.
Blue Diamond.
Where we are heading now, babe. I follow.
H.T. Baldwin.
To the edge of it all. To the edge of it all.
Break it down.
So tell your good lies.
For Scooby.
Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. So simple life. Before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell your good lies. Cause I'll find a better one. It's a simple life. Before the moment flies. It's not a problem. Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yeah. And nothing can stop me. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow. To the edge of it
OW
all.
Academy Hub for Women.
So tell your good lies.
Emmy from the
Cause
chat.
I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible lies.
Creative Solution.
Before the moment flies.
Conscious Mind Love.
So tell your good lies.
Oh yeah. Dominador Negro.
Cause I'll find a better one.
Old Reflection.
Before the moment flies.
All right, everybody. See you on the next one.